Good morning. He's leaving already. Listen to that. Okay. So we've got a disc to work on this morning. Brock's here already, so we've got a bearing to change on this disc gang. We're going to attempt to do it without dropping the whole gang off there. Just take it apart right where it sits and support it enough that we can pull the blade off, pull the bearing, put the new one on, get it done. So we're assembling tools and parts that we need, and we'll get going here. First thing is to pop the roll pin out. Kind of, which is what Brock's trying to do. Now the fun part. Put your giant socket on there and go to town. 1-inch air impact, put her on max backwards. That way. It'll go. Wiggle it up and down, back and forth. Stop. Pull it off, let the dirt fall out. Okay. Go again. Okay, we waited for our air compressor to catch up. I also put a thing on that side to keep it from spinning all the way through. Go ahead. There you go. Need a little more power. Okay, so that nut's off. So now we can take the spacer off and this blade off. And this spacer off. And there's our bearing. Or what used to be a bearing. Kind of. So, there are 2 bolts that we can now get to. Right here. But they are what's holding the entire half of this gang up. So we need to support this. We'll get a jack and put it in. Put a board under these blades or something underneath here to hold that up, and then we can take those off, pull it out, put the new one on. Pull manpower. Yeah. You didn't even give it a good try, but yeah, you're gonna need a pipe. We'll start with this one so you don't break my wrench. Start with this one so you don't break my wrench. That one's got a rubber liner. Can you get it past that or no? Ay, 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 ay. Slide that on there a ways. And then you can put your bigger pipe around that one if you would like. Oh, you got it. Good work. I know these ones are difficult for you because you can't get an impact in there.
It does make it nice.
Oh, yeah. Yep, you just gotta spin about. You want the ratchet? I'll get you the ratchet. This is our 3/4 inch drive stuff. Well, that's good. Actually, you probably only need to take one of them out.
Yeah, we do. Well, no.
Yeah, the whole thing will slide. Hold on.
It's supposed to be in 2 pieces.
Oh, it's definitely not supposed to be in 2 pieces. Inner race,
Shaft is like that.
some of an outer race, and the holder. Your shaft should be fine. No, don't tighten that up because you're going to need it loose. So that's all good. We did get a little wear on one of the mounting brackets there.
All right.
No big deal. So we'll get our new one. It's right here. Ooh, which way does it go?
Grease it to the back.
Yeah, but which way? Goes on there, like so.
Yeah, go.
In. Just about. That's why you can't have that tight, because you got to spin it. There you go. Okay. Front holder. That way. And now we put the bolts back in.
Clean them up or no?
Nope. We take them apart so frequently to replace the bearings that, you know, they never have time to get seized up. We should be marking on here when we replace these, because
We still can.
I know, but we change them so frequently. I don't think it's the same ones. I think we really did have a bad batch when we replaced all of them when we put new blades on, and we're just still working through them all. So it's been frustrating though. All right, we got that hung back up there. Now you tighten them up as tight as you can get them. And now we put our spacers back on, our blade, that spacer, and the nut. Ooh, got to punch that, get that roll pin punch and clean the hole out. There's some crap in there. Oh, it's cobweb. Okay. Nut goes on, and then you tighten it up tighter than you can make it, essentially. Oh, I gotta move that pipe to the other side. And now we go. Whoa. All right, so this has to be aligned just right. So you got to find the hole, and then you got to get one of these slots in it so that we can punch the roll pin in there. So you gotta keep going. You may have to go 2 flats yet. Uh-oh, our stop fell off. And then you tap in the roll pin. Good to go. Okay, so that's one of our problems. We have another problem up there with a flat tire. And when I used this, I had to pump both of those 2 tires up, so they're probably both flat. I was gonna see if there's any way I could get this thing unfolded, but I think we have too much stuff in here. I can pull ahead just a tiny little bit. We'll see. I might try and unfold this in here so we can get to those tires. And we could go through and attempt to clean some of this mud out of here. This stuff that's hopefully not so frozen anymore. And check all the rest of the bearings and grease it, because it's in the warm, heated shop right now. It's a good time to do it. So we are trying this. I don't know how well it's going to work, but it would appear that I'm going to be able to unfold one side at a time, nice and slowly, or at least that side. I don't know if I'll be able to do the other side, but we're gonna try it. This side looks like it's gonna go. The other side I don't think I have enough room for. Well, gosh dang, look at that. I don't think there's much to spare. Somebody's lawnmower in here. This is not ours. We made it. Cool. All right, let's check all the bearings, do some greasing. We gotta fix some tires. See, this right here is why I would love to insulate the back half of our shop where we don't have all the crap on the sides, and we'd have a little bit more room to unfold stuff and work on it like this. But I have equipment stored back there, which is why we're building another barn, to take that equipment and put it somewhere else, so then eventually we can insulate and have more shop space. That's the idea. I don't know if it's going to happen that way or not, but that's the idea. All right, so I got our stand, and we kind of blocked this side up so we can get the weight off of those tires and get that flat off of there. I want to just get all the dirt off of this a little bit. We're not going to wash it per se, but we're going to go through and push the heavy dirt off onto the floor and pick all the stuff, all of that stuff that's frozen or was frozen into the gangs out. That's going to take a while, but we're going to get all that stuff done, and then we're going to go through and grease everything. There's a grease zerk on every one of those bearings. We can check them, make sure they spin, make sure the bearings are not gone. And there's grease zerks on these pivots right here, Brock. You know that? Okay. And there's some other ones on the front idler wheels and such. So I'm going to have Brock work on this while I take that corn head down to Berkey. We've got that sitting outside in the driveway. I want to put it in, and I want to see a couple of seed customers while I'm that way. I think that's my plan. So yeah, oh, look at this. Look at that. That does not go there. Jeez. So anyway, Brock's gonna work on this. I'm gonna give him a camera, and we'll be back later. Okay, so I'm leaving Brock to work on that disc, clean it up and grease it, and all that good stuff. Oh, got dirt everywhere. I am going to take this corn head and go put it in the barn down to Berkey. So yeah, I'll start the truck up, let it warm up, and we gotta strap it down and head out.
Well, while Nathan's gone, I figured I might film some. Right now I am picking out all the dirt and packed in crap in these disc gangs. When Nathan was out last, it got a little muddy on them, so usually where the bearings are, right where I need to get to grease, up in there it packs full of dirt. There's an arm going down here to pick up and an arm going down there to keep it packed in. All the other spots are clean. Of course, where I don't need to get, they're all clean, and where I do need to get, I have to dig and dig. I got one, where's it at? One done up there, big old pile underneath that. I have to finish this one. Got one there, got another one there. That one looks all right, but then there's two more there and two all the way down at the end to grease all of the gangs. I got the front done. Once I get this one done here, I'm gonna move on to the rolling baskets. They have, at least I thought they did, maybe not. I thought they had grease zerks. I'll look over these bearings just to make sure. They might not have grease zerks, but I'll make sure all the bearings are good. And right down there, I don't know, like this holder right here, how it has 3 bolts here to hold the baskets on. That one down there only has 1 on the front side. 2 of them broke off. So I gotta try to find some bolts. And Nathan said there is a broken one down way at the other end, which I see it now. And I'll try to find another bolt for that. It's just a slow process here, digging all this dirt out, but it's coming. Got my pick. I'm chipping away. Still working on this disc here, cleaning it out. These back gangs, I'm getting them, but they're frozen. So it's definitely taking a lot longer, and there is a lot of crap up in there. It's kind of deceiving. Got through this whole gang here. This one is a little hard. Still got to grease that. But I looked over at this one, and I don't know if you can see down at that bearing, but it's in 2 pieces. It's there's no bearing left, I guess I should say. There's a holder and then the shaft. So we're gonna have to change this one too. This one is the main frame. It's right in the center on the back one. What I'm probably gonna end up doing is cleaning the rest of them, because for this I won't be able to get that 1-inch impact right here to get this nut off. So I'll probably have to drop this whole gang, which it's not terrible. It does take a little longer, but I have to clean at least the one that the other bearing is on to drop this. And I might see if it'll drop then. That tire over there we did take off. It's laying over there, but now that we got it off, we could fold it back up. So I do want to get it all greased first. So when we fold it back up, we can leave it folded up until we have to put that tire back on. But I did find another bearing that needs changed.
We made it. So now we have to find a spot for it. There's our draper and our international semi. We got stuffed in there. We've got a couple wagons. It could go here. We could move this truck. I was gonna see what we got over here. Actually, yeah. We've got our tender trailer. We've got a couple of seed tenders, which one of those seed tenders might be leaving here soon. We'll see. We could put it in over here. Or we could put the pickup in over here and put the corn head over there. Yeah, I think we're going to do that because it's longer. So we'll put the pickup in that door, and then we'll back our corn head in this spot here because there's plenty of length for it there. Nope, I'm changing my mind. So I opened the door and we've got a note. Front left tire has a slow leak in it. Nail in tire. Check before using. So, yeah, it's a little low. Now, that's not really a problem. I can move it that far without issue, or I could pump it up. But our air compressor is right there, and if I move it to way over there and I don't fix that tire right now, it gets a whole heck of a lot harder to fix later. And I'm not taking the time to do that right now. So, we'll just put the corn head over there. It'll be fine. Well, how's that look? Oh, we can go back farther. Sweet, that's gonna fit in there pretty nicely, actually. So, do I want to try and get it all the way in there? A little tight to the tender if I aim, but it will fit. Forklift would make this easier, but that forklift don't run very good when it's cold. It takes a long time to warm up. Good enough. This can stay here too. Cool. Combining beans today. Whew. This is a good day for it. The ground's frozen. I think there's not too much snow, at least here. Yeah.
Hello. So I just finished picking all of the dirt out of all the disc gangs and greasing them. I also greased all of the bearings for the rollers. All the bearings for the rollers are good. And like I said before, just that one bearing in the middle is bad yet. I'm gonna hold off on doing that because we're gonna have to take that gang off, like I said before, because I can't get the impact on there. And with this up on the stand, I don't want to mess with it right now if I don't have to. There's other things for me to do. I'm gonna check and see if we have these bolts right here. Need two here and one down on the other side. Hold the baskets on. And once we get done with that, that shouldn't take too long. Then we're gonna push everything off of, it's pretty much just on the main frame, just get a lot of this stuff off and make it look a little better. It's not gonna look perfect, but make it look a little better.
So I just got back to the farm here. Brock's got a mess of dirt all over the floor, which is, I mean, that's the point, so that's good. I hear we've got a bearing out. Which one? That one?
So we're gonna drop the gang because we won't be able to get the impact on there.
Well, that's no fun. Dang, that's the hardest one on the whole disc to change.
You thought it was easy over there.
It was easy over there.
Now you're gonna have the hardest one.
All right. And now we have to work in the mud. Okay, well, we're gonna get to that in a minute. Look at this. Second day in a row. starting to think Brock doesn't like working in the shop. Just trying to get out of here. I do have another bearing, but this one's not in a holder, so we've got to assemble it before it can go on. And I don't know if Brock was taking that apart or not, but yeah, I guess we're gonna keep working on this. Okay, so I decided before we tackle that bearing down there, we're gonna try and get the floor cleaned up. But before I clean the floor up, I want to finish cleaning the disc off. And while we're not gonna power wash or use any water on it, I'm gonna go through with the air gun and try and blow as much of this stuff off of it as I can. It's gonna go sit outside. It's not critical. It's a tillage tool, and yes, we want to take care of it, but we just don't have the barn space to put everything in, and it'll be fine. So if I can get the heavy dirt off of it, you know, that's what holds moisture and makes things rust. It'll be okay. So this is what we're gonna do, and then we can fold it up. Well, we're gonna have to fix the tire first, and then we can fold it up and get to that center one a little bit easier. We'll have somewhere to push the dirt out of the way so we can work in there. And we're gonna have to take it out from where it's at, or at least drop it completely down, because we can't get the impact in there to get that nut off. So yeah. I don't have a 185 CFM air compressor that we can just pull out of the barn. Alright, this will work. Well, I got a bunch of stuff blown off of it. Good enough. We're going to see if we can fix this tire. So I'm pumping it up. I got this bead to seat, or at least to seal, so it's starting to seat. It's going to fall over though. And we'll see if we can find a leak in it. If we can, we'll probably pop it back off and try and fix it, or we'll see. I don't think we need a new tire, but yeah, this one's clearly got a problem because it's been pumped up recently and was flat again. Well, I lied a little bit when I said we weren't going to use any water. The tire was too dirty for me to find the leaks, so I decided I had to wash it off. But I'm pretty sure I found the leaks. It seems to be a bead leak, and I don't know if that's just because it was off the bead and I haven't seated it good enough, or if that's where it was leaking from the whole time. Either way, it was significant, and we got to figure out how to fix it. So I'm pumping it up to I don't know, 85, 90 pounds. It's supposed to have 90 in it to see if that, yeah, it's not going to work. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time. Look at that. All the way around it's leaking. Yeah, pretty clearly leaking all the way around the rim there. So we need to break that bead and put some sealer in there, clean it up, make sure there's no dirt in there. There's probably dirt in there. We can clean that up and try and do it again. We'll put some sealer on it. Let's see if this side is leaking. Oh yeah, it is. My soapy water. All the way around, or just in that spot? Mostly just in that spot. Okay, well, at least I know what we got to do, and if that doesn't work, we'll put a tube in it. Okay, I popped the bead off on this one side with the stem on it, and cleaned up the tire and the bottom of the rim here quite a lot. There was a lot of dirt and crap in there, and I went ahead and took the valve stem out, and it wasn't too bad. Here's the old one. I don't think that anything looks terrible on it, but there was one spot where it was kind of rolled under. It's changed a little bit since I took it out. Yeah, you can't see it very good because focus, but somewhere right in here it was a little boogered up, and we happen to have one, so I just went ahead and put a new one in. So I'm gonna go ahead and, I know it's leaking on the other side. Should I seat this side and then take the other side off, or should I just go ahead and break the other side and then I got to figure out how to get it seated right? I'm gonna seat it first, and then we'll let the air back out, and then we'll break the other side, because sometimes these can be a pain to get started. Plus, I'll be able to check and see. Oh, I should have put some sealer on that. That was kind of dumb. Yep, definitely that was dumb. All right, well, I took it back apart and put a coat of bead sealer on. Now we'll inflate it. On the bright side, it wasn't leaking before, but now it definitely shouldn't be leaking. Well, that seems to have fixed our problem. I don't know for sure, but we're going to put this tire back on. I put 90 pounds in it, so we'll see what's in it come spring, and address it again later, I guess, if we have to, but hopefully it's fixed. Okay, I have no idea what the last thing I filmed was. It's been a while. I had to clean up part of the floor. I'm working on getting this gang off. Brock is back. He came back. He's like, I gotta leave in 9 minutes. Brock, I was mean to you yesterday, I guess. People are calling me out. I don't care.
What did they say this time?
Something about if you treat your employees better, you get more out of them. And how I'm a procrastinator and lazy.
So are they saying that I'm not doing enough for you and I'm lazy because
yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe
guys,
Brock's the lazy one.
About here? Maybe
oh,
you guys need to be nicer to me.
I don't know. I think because I did other things yesterday, you know, meet with our crop consultant and learn valuable stuff about how to save our farm money, that I wasn't in here working, and so they're think that I'm lazy.
I don't have a job.
This is true. Oh, also, you got called a kid. You're just a kid. I said you're far from just a kid, but whatever. All right, well, we've got to pull these bolts off. This one's a little bit trickier, like I said, because we're not doing this bearing. We're doing that one, and we can't get the impact in there. And so we're going to drop both sets of bearings, these bolts here, and just slide the whole thing out. I've got this fancy little cart we're setting it on. We'll go back and pick the disc up, and then we can roll it right out of there. But it's sort of difficult to get into them bolts with the outer blade still in place. So once we get that, then we can get on and get the impact to it and get the bearing changed. Something like that. Okay. Okay, well, I got the new bearing put together and put on there. I had a buddy of mine stop by and talk for, long enough that it's time for me to go home. So we aren't going to get this done and out of here today. It's all right, no big deal. We're really not in that big of a hurry. I'm just trying to keep things moving, you know. Having the disc in the shop in January is rare that ever happens. It's kind of a day not doing tractors, that I should have been doing tractors or something, but it's not a bad thing to work on and make some progress on it. You know, who knows, if we get an opportunity to do some tillage at some point this winter yet, it'll be ready to go. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great weekend. I don't know what's going on tomorrow. I've got a few different things going on. I might work on my boards for my bullnose on my house stairs a little bit and stuff, but I'm not going to film anything until Monday. So next week, I may be putting a hardwood floor down next week. So I know some of you have been really looking forward to that, and we might do it next week. Brock is probably going to be here early part of the week at least. Goal is to go through this tractor, changing oil and doing all of that. I've got the disc angled. I got it. The back of it tipped way up. I'm going to not have it like that in case somebody decides to pull it out, because if it is like that, it will hit our door. So, see it tipping? There. Now when they go to pull it out, it'll not break everything. If you have any questions and comments, leave them down below. Be sure and subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button for me. I would really appreciate that. Oh, and you guys are awesome for clicking on my Amazon link and buying stuff. Like, thank you. That's awesome. So, have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week.